The artifact we saw in those classified files may be of Chaos origin.
Why wasn't it destroyed?
I don't know.
It is immensely powerful. They believe they can control it.
And you're just gonna hand it over to Lutz? Let it continue.
Those are the orders.
These are my orders.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, no.
They're using some kind of shield.
The altars. Same ones we encountered earlier. They must generate the shield.
Destroy them. Then purge these abominations from the face of this world.
Kill those slaves of the corpse god and gain the notice of the changer of ways. Die for the true gods.
I saw that.
Another barrier. Sustained by the altar, no doubt.
I saw that.
Gladly. Look how twisted the altar has grown. It seems alive. If it lives, then let us teach it of pain and death. It reeks of the warp.
Raise the armor of your contempt and snuff it out.
Raise the armor of your contempt.
It shrinks from us.
Then keep close and endure. We must disrupt the spell.
Hold position. Oh, we're gonna hold position.
The heretics sent such a meager force to meet us.
Show them the error of their ways.
Our brother's blood demands we hold the line. And hold the line we shall. Alright, hold position. Hold the line. Man, look how reality is getting just warped.
Words as hollow as your fallen brothers.
You at least can still bleed.
Heretic sorcerer. Heretics ahead.
We're running out of bullets, man.
Tear down the altar.
You all dance for Imora's amusement.
Oh, you're going down,
Quickly,
dude.
destroy it.
You've got to go. No. You're welcome.
Sorcerer is dead.
Strain altar.
Reloading weapon. Their sorcery is undone.
Lieutenant Titus, the Lance of Jove, status report.
We are patched up and on our way.
See you at the objective.
The Emperor protects.
All right, hit him with the old knock Dovahkiin.
Lance of Jove. Stand by for extraction.
Affirmative.
In the name of the Emperor, open the doors.
There's no way that's gonna work, right? He just walks out.
Morius lose.
I owe you my existence.
Come with us.
To where?
The battle barge.
Compliance, but I must speak with Archmagus Nozick at once.
He's dead.
Dead.
You are to replace him.
Yikes.
Lose.
Approaching battle barge, docking in 1 minute.
Not good.
The power source. It's dangerous.
I have spent my life studying it. I assure you it's quite safe. In the right hands.
Arrogance.
Arrogance.
Why must the Mechanicus meddle with the unknown?
We follow the will of the Omnisire.
Go ahead.
Titus, report to Captain Akaran immediately on arrival.
Confirmed.
Titus? Captain was killed on the Forge world of Graia over a century ago. He died holding the power source in his hands.
You're wrong. You've got bad intel, techie.
Not even an Astartes could survive power of that magnitude.
Moreus Luz, come with me.
After a mission like that, the captain surely wants to talk. New war gear. Let's check it out.
There he is. Lieutenant, Gallio and I were just examining your recent diagnostic.
Gallio, I object to such intrusions.
As do I. But they are queries I must fulfill.
I seek only answers. Your survival is a profound mystery that must be resolved.
Such unbridled curiosity is the gateway to ruin.
But that is where you are mistaken. Ruin is all around us, but I will soon depart for the Aurora facility on the Barium, and there I shall close all gateways to ruin permanently. You will see.
Well, now we need to talk. This is bad. Okay. Here's the insane person. This dude's like, hey, I know everything about that artifact. Titus on the left in blue. Titus is like, actually, there's things you don't know. And then the guy in red is like, oh my goodness, you're right. There's things I don't know. And instead of like reassessing, he's like, it's fine. It's certainly a variable I shouldn't even have to worry about. Okay. When they say gateway to ruin, ruin here could be synonymous with the warp. And again, I mentioned earlier, the warp is two things. One, or it's three things at least. It's a plot device to move narratives forward in the Warhammer universe, which means sometimes it's not well defined, and it's not a hard magic system. It's really a soft magic system. So a hard magic system is like, hey, if you have two sticks and you add a third, you can get fire. And a soft magic stick is like, I feel a certain way in this moment, and so I have the fire I need for this moment in time. I can probably replicate this, but maybe not. And so the warp has a little bit of that going on, where sometimes inside the universe, they think of it as a hard system, but in reality, us the reader, the spectator, the adventurer, to us who has the big God's eye view, and we can look down and kind of see behind everyone's eyes and we're the fly on the wall. We know that the warp is closer to a soft magic system and really a plot device. Suffice to say, the forces of chaos are from the warp, and the forces of chaos are tangible outside of the warp, okay? But they need to get out of the warp to affect things. In short, that's the short version. But the warp is also the way the spaceships for humanity move between planets, where instead of going in a straight line, like if you get in a vehicle or your bike, or you walk and you're like, I'm going to go down the road there to that store, whatever, you just walk straight down the road and you're there. Right. But space is this wide open place, and things aren't easy to get to because they're super far away. But you can go into the warp, and distances and directions change, because it's not just a hypothetical thing. It's a genuine dimension, reality, physical location you can enter into. And because of that, the whole ships go into the warp, and that's how they jump between planets. Okay. I don't want to get too off track with that. The point is, if this man over here says to us, hey, I'm going to close down all the gates of ruin, I'm going to shut off the warp, he has three problems he doesn't know about. Number one, that would throw humanity to the dark age of technology all over again, because we need access to the warp, because our technology is not advanced enough to travel between the stars without using the warp. Well, if humanity, who relies on different, intergalactic trade routes or our protection as space marines, we would just never get there. The battle would have ended 959 years ago when we we get a message, we're like, well, it happened 1,000 years ago. Now that we got the message, I guess we'll get on our boat and go fight. Like, it just wouldn't work. We need the warp right now. But also, again, something that we're not going to go too far into because it's really its own video topic, and you should really find someone who's an expert on this to explain it. I'm just a neophyte, okay? Long story short, the Emperor has a bit of a project going on with the warp, and his connection to the warp, how do I say this in like 3 sentences? The warp isn't the only way to travel between planets as a spacefaring civilization. A safer way to go, because chaos isn't in power, chaos rules the warp, okay? A safer way to go is through the webway. And it's my understanding the Emperor originally had plans that humanity would never travel through the warp, but instead the Emperor had planned for humanity to travel through the webway. And something went wrong. I think we got to blame blame a Primarch. I think there's a whole heresy around this Horus guy. It's just outside of my pay grade. Bottom line, if he shuts down the warp, he not only sends us back to the dark age of technology, but the God Emperor of all humanity. Kind of a big deal, okay? You will be trying to undo some of his work, and he might be very upset with you, to say the least. Okay, let's see what's new in the armory and go shoot some stuff. Oh, man. I'm like a little nervous here. I think it's all coming to head. Right here, right now.
Lord, heretic Astartes. They're showing up in every hive city on Avarax. We're already overstretched by the Tyranids. The traitors have us off guard. The Adeptus Mechanicus tell me Aurora is ready. They say the weapon will work.
Sir,
I know your concerns, Titus, but we may have no choice.
can we at least warn Calgar of the danger?
Impossible. The Astropathic relay on Avarax has been completely surrounded.
Yikes.
Every attempt we've made to break through the Tyranid lines has failed.
Can we Vox a message in?
There's a dead zone around the relay. Something's interfering with our Vox comms.
We have to get inside.
Emperor, save me. I've tried. Now the Tyranids have launched an attack on our defenses. We're pulling back to the fortress. We'll make our final stand there.
Battlefield projection. Magnify C3. Where are you? There, the Hive Tyrant.
We've had no reports.
It's there. We kill it. We break the synaptic connection.
They'd scatter like rats.
A Hive Tyrant. A worthy adversary.
And if you're wrong, if it's not there, I cannot afford to throw men after a hunch.
Give me 2 squads.
2 squads.
We need to kill the Hive Tyrant, find whoever is jamming us, and get the message inside the relay.
6 men. That's all I can spare. Use them wisely.
Thank you.
The Emperor protects.
Couple of things to talk about here. They keep mentioning Vox, VOX, Vox. Can we get them on the Vox? Vox is just a short-range communication device. Think of it like a walkie-talkie or a radio or just a cell phone, but it's really only good for short-range communication, which means inside of a planet and its surrounding space is kind of the limit. They mentioned, hey, we want to get to the Astropathic relay. That's what's being surrounded and jammed. The Astropathic relay is how you communicate beyond your planet and its surrounding space. So if you need to talk to another planet or someone just far away, you need to get to that Astropathic relay. So when he says, hey, the Astropathic relay is being jammed and it is surrounded, what he's really saying is this planet is about to fall. We have no way to signal for help because they're jamming for it. So it's actually like a really significant turn of events. When Titus said, hey, give me 2 squads of our brothers here, the Space Marines, the Ultramarines here in blue. A squad in my head is usually around 10 Marines. You have the 1 leader and kind of the 9 next men down, right? So when he said, hey, I need at least 20 guys to get this done. And the commander's like, 20 guys? I can't even give you 1 squad. Best I can do is 6. It's not even a third of what you're asking for. You know, it's about a third. So he's like, hey, that's a 20-man job. Let's get it done. And the commander dude, the captain, he's like, just so you know, best I can do 6. Oh, okay. So it's already an impossible mission that just got harder.
Lieutenant Titus,
Receiving.
attend me on the crew deck.
Acknowledged.
Titus, the captain has put great faith in you with this mission. Should you reach the relay, your message to Lord Calgar may determine the course of this war. Choose your words wisely.
You doubt my intentions.
It is your actions I will judge. I need not remind you of the consequences you suffered the last time. If you cannot trust in the will of the Primarch, then you are unfit for this duty.
Remember, you've got the Emperor at the top, and then his general, his son, the Primarch, okay? The Primarch leads a Space Marine chapter, okay? He's the highest form of authority in a Space Marine chapter, and one of the highest forms of ultimate power in all of the Imperium of Man. A Primarch is just at the tippy top of the power structure, okay? And he's like, hey, remember how you spent 100, 200 years with the Death Watch? You were serving as a little bit of punishment for your actions. We actually don't think what you did was the wrong thing to do. We actually think you did the right thing. So we're rewarding you by putting you on the Death Watch, but we're also punishing you by taking you away from your brothers in blue. Okay, your Ultramarine chapter. We're punishing you by putting you on the Death Watch because the facts are, even though Titus, you probably did the right thing, you also did something that might not have followed the exact letter of the code, even if it was the spirit of the code. And we only follow the letter of the law. Exactly how it's written. So he's saying, hey, look, I know you did the right thing, but regardless, I will be forced to punish you. Because if your actions line up like last time, wink. And more importantly, okay, this is the other like big reveal. He said, hey, I know that the orders came from the Primarch. Okay, he's the daddy here. Okay, Ultramarines are all sons of their Primarch sons of the Emperor. Some of it's terminology, but some of it's actual genetics, where the Emperor used some of his own genetic superiority, which is a whole nother conversation that we're not going to have, to make the Primarchs, and also to use the Primarchs to make the Ultramarines. So, in short, hey Titus, you did the right thing and we punished you because you did the right thing. Titus says nothing, knows that that sucks, but is going to do the right thing. This guy. And we also know that one of our rules is if it came from the Primarch, it's like, you know, your literal God told you to do this. Don't do the wrong thing. Titus, don't do the wrong thing. Titus, you can see he's not even looking at him. He's having flashbacks. Like, look at his point, his POV. Titus isn't here looking at this guy, right? He's looking down and to the left. He's like looking like at his shoes. He's like, oh gosh, another 200 years on the Death Watch or worse. You're going to kill me? Come on. You know I'm going to do the right thing. Like, he pleaded. He's like, hey, you doubt my intentions? Come on. You know I'm a good guy. And he's like, don't care. Law's the law. It's actually a really heavy conversation. He basically said, if you step a single toe out of line from what we think the orders exactly are, we're just going to kill you this time, right? Like you're obviously an agent of chaos and a heretic because you don't follow the rules. And Titus is like, hey, battle situations change, man. Like you got to have a little faith in me. I'm a lieutenant. I'm not like a grunt. And again, remember our studs here? Now, these to me look like gold studs in our head, and maybe I'm misunderstanding the color or the metal here, but a gold stud is 100 years of service. This man here, Titus, right? He has been a space marine for 400 years, fighting for humanity's right, might, and survival in this galaxy. And this man still shows up. He's like, hey, so we gave you some orders to follow. Don't mess it up. And Titus is like, sweet. I'm going to try not to, but he's like, he's right here. He's like, I'm going to try not to, but like sometimes things happen. Like, don't you like kind of not like, you don't doubt my intentions, right? Like, I'm not really a heretic. Come on. All right. Let's see here. Ultramarines. We can talk more about that on the way. What exactly is...
Seems I am not the only one on this ship with concerns about your intentions.
It is the Chaplain's responsibility to ensure our chapter remains pure, not yours.
Your erratic behavior is plain for all to see. And now, I find you have a history of it.
I am doing my duty, as I was then, protecting a system from ruin.
Yeah, it's not really Gadriel's place here to question our decision-making. It was actually quite a bit out of line, and frankly, Titus was very gracious not to make a big deal about it. Wow, what did he do? What did this man do to deserve this punishment? Or woman, who knows who's under this hood? Let's see. It's going to be a robot. Oh, man. He's not only out here barefoot and in the flesh, he's sweeping the metal floor. His floor is immaculate. There's not a spot of anything here. You know they've got robots for this, right? Come on, guy. What kind of punishment and what has he done to deserve this? Remember, they're a tech priest. They gave him, like, what, the lowest tech they could find? A broom? Oh, my goodness. He's really getting in there. That man has been naughty. I'll tell you what, he has broken some rules. Here we go.
Lieutenant, the squad is ready. We are yours to command, Lieutenant.
The Astropathic relay on Avarax is under direct assault. If it falls, so do our hopes of reinforcement. We will engage in a 3-point operation to break the Xenos command, restore Vox, and secure the relay.
Lieutenant, it should be us facing the Hive Tyrant.
Talassa can handle it.
They have 3 men. We should be with them, but you have us playing courier.
That message has to get through.
And what exactly is that message?
Speak your mind, brother.
I searched the archives. You were once captain of the 2nd Company, and then you disappeared over a century ago.
I was serving with the Death Watch.
There would be records.
Not for a Black Shield.
A Black Shield. You would erase your chapter markings.
I would die for these colors.
Then why?
I was accused. It was my penance.
What were you accused of?
Corruption.
Brace for landing.
Move out.
You might not have noticed this because I haven't pointed it out yet, but a lot of the times when we pass soldiers, they stop everything they're doing and they don't salute. They bow down, they get on their knees, and then they salute. As again, if a Space Marine shows up, whatever chapter it might be, again, we're the Blue Ultramarines, but if a Space Marine shows up, it's bad news, and it's not good news that we're here. Like, things have gone bad. If a squad of us shows up, your planet's probably doomed.
The Astropath relay is 4 miles from here. Expect heavy Tyranid presence.
What of the archenemy?
Sporadic reports, but they are here.
Our home lies scattered across the stars. But do we relent? No, sir! For we are vengeance, and we shall bring death to any that threaten the sacred soil of the Imperium. You will give your life in the name of our holy Emperor! Sir, yes, sir! Will you give your life in the name of all that is good and pure? In the name of our holy Emperor? Or Ultraman! Yes, sir! Then take up the Cadian standard and hold it high so that the enemy will know the name of their executioners! Arcadia!
Cadia is the planet.
For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
I can't believe my eyes.
So I think of these soldiers as guardsmen. We saw them right in the opening scene. This man right here. He was watching the Tyranid ships just crash onto the planet. Let's see who's up here giving the speech. I think that was actually the guy here who we rescued earlier on. Or maybe it was some other, more seasoned gentleman with a gray-colored walrus mustache, Could have been someone else, you never know. What are they torching over here? Oh, man. The scale of things. They just nail. Look at the mortar emplacement. Isn't that mortar a little close to your shield? I don't know. I bet that's stinky. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Look again. There it is. They bow down. They get on their knees and then they salute. It's a big deal. As again, I've said this a few times, but it's tough to appreciate because, most of the time we are Space Marines, so we only see Space Marines, right? But the majority of humanity will never see us and will only hear of us and think we're a myth or a legend.
Why did you not tell us of your penance earlier?
It was not your business.
And now it is.
Nope.
You have made it so. Through suspicion and intrigue.
Because remember, the Death Watch is prestigious, right? It is a place that does have prestige to it. But doesn't mean you went there for a prestigious reason. There's other reasons you get stuck on the Death Watch.
Open the gates!
They're jammed, my lord. Damage from the last attack.
Everybody back.
Stand aside.
They want to crush one of them. Again, we're like 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 feet tall.
Seal the gates behind us.
Superhumanly strong.
Close the gates.
Durable. Fast. We were born for this. We were made for this. You fools.
We should turn around and regroup with the main force.
Titus to Resilient. Requesting Gamma Pat and Hammerfall bunker on my location immediately.
You mean to jump?
Request confirmed. Stand by.
There's our entry.
That's quite a shot.
Damocles to Delassa. Report.
If Talassa fails to take out the Hive Tyrant, then our little excursion was all for naught.
Yikes. That's right, from space we dropped that.
We should have remained with the main force.
Why toil in obscurity when there's glory center stage? Hey, Sergeant?
Our brothers are dying while we sneak around in the shadows.
If we fail to send this message, we face a massacre.
Space Marines aren't known for their big picture thinking, okay? It's just literally not how they're made.
You say there'll be a massacre. How do you know that? Why else would the traitors be trying so hard to stop us?
Good question.
Our lieutenant said it himself. There's deception at work.
If you got something to say, Sergeant.
Making it look good. This man loves his style points. A little too far ahead of us, but hey. Just how it goes sometimes. Whew. You're welcome. It's pretty dangerous. Dropped your weapon, got angry. When you risked your life. Risked all our lives too, because if you go down, there's just two of us, and maybe we need three of us to shoot back to back in that triangle formation, you know. Man.
Shadows clawing at my...
Is this the Xenos doing?
Chambers 2.
The Hive fleets cast a psychic shadow that tears at the minds of psychics.
Denying worlds in their path the chance to call for aid.
Let us hope we are not too late.
Oh, okay. We can talk about this for just a minute. It's the first time we've really seen it. Did you notice? I know the animation's a little off, but cut them some slack. I'm like way off in the back distance here, okay? These guys have they're blindfolded and they're absolutely strapped in here kind of permanently. And they're actually all over the place in here. You can see that some of them are just, oh goodness, are not surviving at all. And this is the hive mind, okay? It's taking these guys out mentally, as these guys have a psychic connection to the warp, okay? And that psychic connection, and all these guys in here, they're essentially like batteries, okay? These guys have a psychic connection to the warp, and it's through that psychic connection that planets talk to each other. And I mean, it just goes on, right? It's through that psychic connection that planets talk to each other through the Astropathic relay. So if you happen to be born into the Imperium of Man and you happen to have some level of psychic power, you're probably going to have a bad time, as you're directly connected to the warp. And you can actually see they're suffering in such a way that they're just throwing themselves off from up there. And those are bodies falling. It's very grim. Okay, I said this in the first episode. I meant it. But these Astropathic relay guys, this is their life. They were born with a psychic connection to the warp, which doomed them.
9 upon 9 upon 9. Endlessly. An error wrought by Xenos. It must be.
And because of that connection to the warp, which is intimately connected to the chaos, they slowly just lose their mind, and they're just bad news, as they were a portal, an access way for true evil to infiltrate. So it's a really grim thing, but it's also, oh, this is bad, dude. It's also how humanity survives. said a few times, you know, the Emperor's decisions might not be...
You shouldn't be here.
I have a message from Marnius Calgar.
I cannot help you.
It's urgent.
In addition to the shadow cast in the warp by the Tyranids, demonic forces are now poised to attack anyone who opens their minds to the warp.
There you go.
You would flee from your duty.
I would have you know.
Psychic powers, right? Astropaths here.
Give me your message.
Moment of truth. So we went to tell her. She just took the message from our mind and is sending it who knows where, if she can. She might not survive this.
I have it. Let us begin.
My lady, I must protest. The danger is too great.
Silence! There are no guarantees.
Not good. Like, the danger she's putting herself in here to go into the warp to pass along these messages through the Astropathic relay here. Basically harnessing the power from all these other psychers that are lesser than her. And odds are really, really good she just dies here or becomes a demon, right? They said that chaos entities are outside the warp waiting to break in. Yeah, so she's opening herself to them, and she's going to have to hold them off, and she might not have the power, even with all these people charging her up. Remember I said they're kind of like batteries? It's not a perfect explanation, but I'm just going to let this play out. I think this is going to end horribly wrong for her.
What is this? I do not know.
You wish to bring Golgar here that you may kill him! Heretic! Heretic! You will betray us as you betrayed them on Graia!
Lies.
Arrest him! He means to kill her!
Lieutenant! Gadriel!
I am no heretic.
Is this the power stone by himself? He must be stopped! Kill the heretic! Kill him!
Enough!